Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on holidays, you see, so this is my first official engagement after the holidays, so I'll be a bit rusty. But the chairman has convinced me to be here this afternoon. I'd like to acknowledge the president of the chief registrar, of course, and the director and the chair of the solicitor general also. Look, I mean, I think the end of your workshop, you don't want to listen to a long speech, but I think there's a couple of points I'd like to highlight to you. Is that legal aid now, of course, has received an exponential growth in terms of the budgetary allocation, now in excess of $5 billion. That by any measure is quite a large amount. And the reason why we have allocated these funds is essentially to ensure that your organization is able to provide the services that we require to serve, given the fact that it's mandatory now under the Constitution, our Constitution. And secondly, that we need to be able to make legal aid commission a lot more relevant to modern day Fiji. Many of you, of course, at the coalface, you meet the customers, you meet the clients of legal aid, and you know what their requirements are. You know the many pressures that many individuals, many separated spouses, children, and people who do not have high levels of income, who need access to justice, who need access to legal services, you know what they face. So the idea is to be able to not just expand our network, as you know you're going to expand into Kandavu, Nambuwalu, Rotuma, and you've got various other places we already expanded or are expanding, and of course various offices will now also be enlarged. So it's not just a question about providing a bigger network, but it's also the range of services that you offer. The range of services, as you know, that you offer now is far more larger than what it used to be when legal aid started off. You now provide advice, you give, you provide services for probate, letters of administration, etc. Which is, of course, a great need for it, and of course there's a great requirement for it, and therefore the funding has been allocated for that. Please let me also explain to you that we would like to see some of the services that you provide, that to be expanded even further. Because I'm sure many of you would have faced that some people who do come along to you, they may ask you more about civil matters also. And some of the civil matters, of course, at the moment you do not provide. Some of the civil issues that they face. So we'd like to see a growth in that area in time to come. But I think at the moment the issue is to expand the network, is to consolidate the services that you do have, but to be able to provide the service really well. Having worked at the Attorney General's chambers, as I say to all the support staff at the AG's chambers, that the support staff are no less than the lawyers. Because without the support staff, the lawyers won't be able to do their jobs. And in fact, many of the services that you do provide, in many instances, probably the lawyers can't do it better than you. Or in fact, you probably do a lot better than them. So please understand that you're very, very critical to the organization. Your role is there. Obviously, many of you face the clients, the coalface, you take the queries, and then sometimes it gets passed on to the lawyers. But you're very, very important to the organization. And this is why the chair of the commission has brought you down to Intercontinental Hotel to give you a 2-day workshop. Because it's there to tell you that you are very, very important to the organization. We want you to individually grow. You are appointed on merit. We want you to individually expand yourself, individually increase your knowledge, keep on constantly reading, getting to know what is happening within your own organization and also outside. Some of you, I understand, are also doing law studies. Does not mean that all of you have to do law studies. Some of you can do studies in other areas that may be beneficial to the organization also. And I understand, is talking to the chair of the commission, there will be no specific career paths that can be developed within the non-legal section of the organization, which is a good thing. In fact, recently I was overseas, where you have people who have very specific career paths in legal aid organizations. And some of these people, many of them are in fact non-lawyers, but they actually have a career path. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to have a specific career path within the organization. The other important aspect that I'd like to also highlight is that we have to always maintain integrity. Unfortunately, recently before I went on leave, there's one particular organization where we found that there were a number of anomalies in the manner in which, for example, disbursements were made, the manner in which people made claims, the manner in which, for example, people were given access to various acting appointments. They weren't done properly. Procedures and processes weren't followed. And there's one of those matters, in fact, I reported to FICAC. So we must always ensure that the way that we carry ourselves, the way we conduct ourselves, is always above board. We should be always above reproach. Nobody should be able to question what you do. Because if you always do the right thing, then nobody will be able to question you. And I think that is very, very critical. Whether you're calling for expressions of interest, whether you're calling for tenders, whether you're getting 3 quotations, whether the way that you are allocating files, whatever the case may be, it is very critical that you follow the processes. It's very critical that you follow the various, you may have standing orders, you have standing procedures that you follow within the organization. All of that needs to be followed all the time. So that is very critical. I think the other important point, of course, is that we, at times you will find that, there could be pressure from within the organization, from outside the organization. Again, you need to be able to feel confident in yourself. And we're hoping that these types of workshops actually does provide you that level of confidence, that ability to say, well, yes, this is what I've been trained to do, this is what I know, and this is the way to do it. And if there is any doubt about that, you always refer it to the very system that is within the organization itself, and that is very, very critical for you to do. So I'd like to just remind you once again that you do play a very pivotal role. Legal aid now is, throughout Fiji. I know some of you also engage in the PR of it, creating awareness, public awareness about Legal Aid Commission and what it does. You cannot create that awareness just by sitting in the office. Those of you who are involved in it, you need to actually go out, reach out to the communities. We have now advertisements in the brochures and in the vernacular languages also. You need to be able to do those talkback shows. Because there are many Fijians, you'd be surprised, who actually don't know that you actually provide this particular service. Many of them don't know that. You'd be surprised the type of questions we do get asked. Things that you and I take for granted as knowledge. There are many Fijians who don't know that. And we have to help them to know that. This is the only way Fiji can become modern, the only way that our citizens can become empowered. It is very, very important. The privileges that we have, the access to information that we have, we must ensure that all Fijians have it. It should not matter where they live. It should not matter what level of income they have. I was just about 2 hours ago, I was up in the hills here in Nanora, in places where, many people have not been out there before. And the conditions that they live in is very different to what you and I are used to. And it's only about a 20-minute drive inland from the Fijian resort. But it's a completely different world. So we must ensure that just because that they're in that location, it does not mean they should not get those services. That is very critical. That's why legal aid is here. And that's what our government is focused on providing. We are not happy by just reaching out to the bulk of the population. We want to reach out to every Fijian. And that is very critical. Because no nation No nation ever becomes great if it leaves out a section of people behind. You must understand that. We, at the same time, of course, we are hoping that through some further training, we have got workshops for the lawyers too. I understand they'll be having those workshops. Please, you need to provide the service to them, and they need to be able to work together with you. And I think by doing so, you're getting the synergy levels right. Legal Aid Commission will, of course, become a lot better organization. I think it is very critical from a personal perspective. Legal Aid needs to do a lot more outreach work. It is very important. It is very important for most Fijians to get to know what, or all Fijians to get to know what services you provide. And please remember one thing that we have seen, and it's still a problem, not just in legal aid, but some of the civil service ministries, is that the way that we talk to the people who come over the counter. Many of these people are desperate. Many of these people don't have anywhere else to go. And even if they had somewhere else to go, anybody that comes over the counter, please talk to them with a lot of courtesy, with a lot of respect, and help them feel comfortable. It is very important. If they speak to you in a language that you don't understand, get one of your staff to tell you what they are talking about, or you get them to talk to them. It is very important that we have that level of customer service that so far we have not had in Fiji, generally speaking. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your hard work. We'd like to acknowledge that. You're part of, as the Minister for Industry and Trade said, that I read in the papers today, part of the largest law firm. You are the largest law firm. You do get paid quite well compared to many of the law firms that exist out there. And we, of course, want to be able to ensure that your working conditions are always, unchallenged, in the sense that you have a very good working environment. So there is a great opportunity for you as individuals to develop yourself. I want to thank you for your contribution. I'd like to also acknowledge the fact that you've done all that work. There's, of course, a modernization program that has taken place within Legal Aid. We will continue to improve the organization. And from government's perspective, of course, you'll always have our support to ensure that you continue to do well. I'd like to also take this opportunity to thank the chairman and the commission members for their hard work and support, because the Legal Aid Commission, in fact, has metamorphosized in the past 3-4 years from a very small size-based organization to one that's grown, like I said, exponentially within a space of a very short period of time. I'd like to thank him, of course, the Director of Legal Aid, for his contribution. It is very critical also that we work well with the Chief Registrar's Office. In New Zealand, I'd like to thank him for his presence. He's been here for the past 2 days. And it is good to get that level of synergy with all the different agencies. So thank you once again for your hard work, and Nakumak Level, and I wish you all a good afternoon. Thank you.